Only a few countries can boast of a pristine environment like this. The silvery snow peaks on the horizon and the lush green mountains make Bhutan a dream tourist destination. Ancient monasteries and fortresses are dotted across this Himalayan nation. Settings for the country's cultural and musical traditions. Last year, a record 100,000 tourists visited Bhutan, bringing in a revenue of more than $210 million. But it's not enough to meet the growing demands of its population. In particular, the number of young people out of work is rising rapidly. Some say more tourists should be allowed into the country to boost employment and revenue. But the government is cautious.
And for the world to enjoy Bhutan, we need to use tourism. Now, how much you expand tourism is the question. You don't want so many tourists in Bhutan that the very purpose of visiting Bhutan is destroyed.
Currently, international visitors from outside the region have to pay $250 a day for their visit in advance. The fee includes accommodation, travel and food. If those controls were relaxed, mass tourism could bring in much-needed cash. This Himalayan nation has deep-rooted religious values, and that has been the strength of this country. Bhutan is very proud of its Buddhist culture and tradition, and it wants to preserve it. While there are strong arguments to open up the tourism sector for revenue, some are afraid that any unregulated tourism will have a negative impact on its heritage and tradition. The country still faces a number of issues, not least a lack of adequate infrastructure.
The most important would be the access, air access and road access. Besides that, the accommodation, which is still lacking in the central and the eastern Bhutan.
Famed as the last Shangri-La, Bhutan's peace, tranquility and pristine natural beauty have a magical appeal. But the reality is the country needs more money. And it will be a challenge for the authorities to keep limiting the number of tourists they let in. Anbaras Nethirajan, BBC News, Thimphu.